Let's.
Yo, it's the Daily Huddle, yeah, you know the name. Three stooges in the booth, bringing ruckus, bringing fame. Every weekday at noon, you know we bring that fire. Rob, Bill, and Ken in the squad, that's our empire. Yo, Rob's the fact checker, keeping it real. Dropping knowledge on the daily, that's the deal. Bill's ready to roast, got the rival in his sight. When he steps to the mic, you know he's ready to ignite. Ken spitting facts, man, he's sharp as a knife. Throwing hard truth bombs, this is real podcast life. John Dorn in the mix, he's like, fuck the Lions. Bringing all the heat, likes to see the anger rising. Daily Huddle, we hustle, bring the vibe every time. Rants and facts, laughter, everything in its prime. Live every weekday, man, we're here to grind. Noon Central Standard, come and free your mind. Eric brings the rants, off the chain like a beast. Letting loose his thoughts, they just never cease. In the studio, we gather like a family affair. Podcast kings, yeah, we rise and declare. Roasting rival fools, we setting the tone. The Three Stooges take your fears and turn them to stone. Facts over fiction, we keep it 100. Tearing down the myths while the laughs keep coming. Daily Huddle, we hustle, bring the vibe every time. Rants and facts, laughter, everything in its prime. Live every weekday, man, we're here to grind. Noon Central Standard, come and free your
This is a Huddle Sports Network broadcast. You can find us on Roku TV, Amazon Fire TV, Facebook, and of course YouTube. Get all your NFL news here first.
Well, hello there, everybody, and welcome to the Daily Huddle. We finally got ourselves an Eric back.
Yes, we
What's going on, Biggie?
Always do it.
Welcome back.
I appreciate that, Rock Kid, Bill, Nick. Nick, you ain't saying nothing to me, so fuck you.
I didn't know that you were gone. I've been gone for a while. I've been sick.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Okay.
I'm glad you're feeling better, Nick.
Nick pretty much hasn't been here about as long as you haven't been here.
Oh,
I mean,
okay.
being sick sucks, man. I ain't gonna lie. Being sick absolutely sucks.
Yeah,
So,
I'll live,
I'm glad
unfortunately.
you're feeling better, brother.
I'm so sorry about that. Excuse me.
Eric coming out. Oh, fuck you. I'm sorry, man.
So, let's talk about Ken's prediction over here, man. He's already predicting Love's going to win the MVP this year. All right.
Oh, absolutely. We finally gave Love some weapons, and at least early reports, you got to take it with a super grain of fucking salt here, is that Devontae Wicks isn't dropping everything thrown his way right now.
I was about to say, bro, right now everybody's in fucking shorts and T-shirts.
That's why I said with a huge grain of salt. Because just like we heard last year, man, Billy, you're looking mighty blue over there.
Ooh, there you go. Look at that shit. Oh. Yeah.
No, but just like we heard last year, oh, the receiving room, they're getting along great. The vibes are awesome. Yeah, we heard it last year, and they dropped fucking everything. I don't want to hear that shit this year.
Right. You know, like you said, if Love could get some receivers catch the football a little bit, man, you guys could be a little dangerous.
You think?
You know? Yeah.
Maybe we'll put Chad out there in a tutu and see if he can catch.
But no,
Hey,
Ken,
man,
you think
you really want to look in my eyes, don't you, Bill? You know what I mean? I'll be running to the eye doctor, be like, man, can you check my shit, man? I think I hurt my retinas.
All right, but what's up there, Eric?
You think he can win MVP this upcoming year? You think so?
Absolutely.
Yeah. That's what he thinks.
I think he's got a shot. Now, I don't think he's the favorite, but I think he's got a shot.
Right.
It all depends on what he does on the field this year. That's
yeah.
Well, I mean, I think they've given it to the wrong guy. I still don't think Lamar Jackson's all that. I still don't.
I was going to say they gave it to Josh Allen this past time.
This past year, Josh Allen.
Oh, they gave it to Josh. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm thinking. I'm thinking.
Yeah, but a few years ago,
I can
Lamar
see
didn't
that.
deserve
I
it
can't
either.
argue that.
Lamar didn't deserve it a few years ago.
No, I can't argue Josh Allen winning it.
Who, Nick? Who would you rather have gotten it the year that Lamar did?
I'd have to go back and look, but I'm pretty sure Mahomes had a completely better season than he did 2 years ago, and they gave it to him.
See, I had thought that some stats were the reason why he won it. That it didn't go with the usual MVP to where it goes for the you put the whole team on your back type of shit. I think it was pure stats the reason why Lamar got it. to where Josh Allen, it was, hey, you threw on the Superman cape and you willed your team to win, which I think is generally more what the MVP should be about.
Oh, you know what? You know what I was thinking of? Actually, and you guys are going to hate this, but to me, this is the fucking truth. 2 years ago, Dak Prescott should have won MVP. He should have. He did everything that an MVP player should have done in the regular season.
And then went right into the wild card game and watched the Packers beat the shit out of them.
Right, and we all knew
that's why
that
it's
was
a regular
happen.
season award.
Yeah, if the playoffs counted in it, I would never give it to him. But unfortunately, it's just a regular season award, and I thought he did everything you should have to win that award in that season.
But CJ Stroud didn't.
No, not that year. He wasn't even as good as Love that year.
But see, right there, if that would have happened, that would have showed you just how overrated the MVP is.
Yeah, probably. Maybe it should have happened then. He
took his team to the playoffs, and they weren't even expected to make it.
And they had, I believe, 12 wins that year, right? And he had the most touchdowns in the league. I think he had the best passer rating in the league that year too.
So, but the Packers, when the Packers went in there and whooped his ass, everybody was told right then, this is why we didn't give him the MVP.
You got to put the blinders on and look at the regular season.
I didn't even cheer when we beat the Cowboys. I just sat there and went, "Yup."
No, I'm
going to tell you something. I kind of knew it was over. I cheered and I said it's over. Even when they came back and got the last 7 for the half, when the guy fucking returned the interception for the touchdown, I said, "Oh, this shit's over."
Darnell Savage.
Yeah, when he returned that shit for the touchdown, I said, "This fucking shit's over." Even though Dallas went down and scored, that late touchdown, I said 27-7. They're still not coming back. Dak does not know how to play from behind. He doesn't.
I mean, he knows how to play with his behind, but not from behind. I agree. I wish that Darnell Savage would have dropped that interception and caught the one in the Niners game instead.
Yeah.
We'd be in the NFC Championship game that year. And we already knew that we were going to beat the Lions that year. We had their fucking number.
Well, I got to say, man, I mean, getting to the NFC Championship game for Packers fans is not the end-all, be-all. I mean, because you guys got there 3 years in a row and didn't get to the Super Bowl. And I'm like, what the fuck, man? And I thought you guys were going to get there one of those 3 years. I really did.
Rock, I love you, but please don't bring that up.
I know how that hurts because it happened to me. I understand. I get you. But damn it, man. I really thought one of those years you guys were going to get over that hump.
So didn't we.
We thought we were getting over that hump, and instead we got humped. Fucking sucks. Sick of watching this.
I blame Kevin Keane for bending over in the middle of the field.
Oh, man.
I mean, what do you blame for those 2 losses, though? Can't be the same guy. Can't be the same reason.
Bakhtiari getting injured right before that Bucks game, I think was the thing that pushed it over the edge to where Tampa had won. I think if Bach's in that game, we win it.
The fumble in the Niners game that completely ruined the fucking drive. The other year too, the 2 fumbles that fucked us against the Niners in the second round. I mean, Aaron Rodgers constantly throwing it to Devontae Adams and nobody else all game. The blocked punt that went for a touchdown. The botched fucking onside kick. Giving up, 220 yards and 2 touchdowns to Julio Jones. Giving up 300 rushing yards while they only passed the ball 5 times against the Niners in the NFC Championship game. I mean, fuck, man. There's 50 different reasons, unfortunately, not just one.
Hang on. Did I just hear Bearded Ken blame an injury on the Packers losing to Tampa?
Yeah, I took a page out of the fight book.
So the Tampa game?
The Tampa game? See, here's the difference. We don't make excuses, though. You see that, Chad?
The Tampa
I
game
just heard
doesn't.
one. I just heard
The
that
Tampa game
already
doesn't
got
have.
hurt. That's why you lost to Tampa. Hang on.
No, the Tampa game actually
Rewind
doesn't
it.
have a lot of like reasons why we lost. There's like two glaring ones where Kevin King gives up the touchdown to Scotty Miller, the fumble by Aaron Jones that turned into a touchdown immediately in the first drive of the second half. Those two are killers. But when you throw a perfect pass to Alan Lazard and he gets his jersey ripped over his shoulder pad with no call, and the guy propels himself into an interception, and not only that, when Kevin King grabs his undershirt that had nothing to do with the fact that the ball was way overthrown and uncatchable, and they just give him the fucking penalty on that. I'm sorry, but that's fucking bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we went from blaming injury to officiating. What's going on, Packer
Did
fans?
you watch that game?
Yeah, Chad, come on, you can't be that blind. Come
Like,
on.
if I'm a Saints fan, I can 100% say, yo, the refs really fucked us against the Rams in that one game. That's easy to say. When I watch this dude literally get held and it turns into an interception, and then the same exact thing that was way less egregious on an uncatchable ball gets called at the end of the game instead of letting them play, I'm sorry, but that's bullshit.
Well, 3 years ago we had to play the 49ers on the road, all because of we got cheated in Dallas.
3 years ago. Three
Right.
years ago, you guys won like fucking 2 games.
2 years ago. Okay. I'm counting this year. I'm adding this season. So, not counting this 2 seasons ago, we got robbed in Dallas. We would have had home field advantage. The Eagles would have had to play us in our house.
You talk about that end zone play.
Mm-hmm.
That end zone play.
Yeah,
the 2-point.
The 2-point conversion.
Yep.
They had, let me take you back to that play, Chad. You do realize you had 3 fucking chances at it, right?
Yeah, but the first one,
Yeah, I don't
when we
give a
scored
fuck.
it,
You had 3 fucking chances.
I was at the game.
You had 3 fucking chances, baby. I mean, dude, this is like baseball. You get 3 strikes. After that, you fucking out. Sit down. I mean, what the fuck? Really? You can't do it after 3 chances. I want to hear you crying.
Oh, man.
I mean, shit, a team should have every fucking chance, of course, for their 2-point. But when you get 3, sit down and shut the fuck up.
We made the first one. That officiating crew got demoted. The whole crew. The female crew person came and said, no, Decker did report.
And you still got 2 or 3 more chances, and you still blew them all. Did you not?
Shouldn't have had to go that route. Shouldn't have had to go that route.
Oh, yeah, you could have kicked the extra point.
Yeah, you could have just kicked the extra point at that point. I mean, yeah.
Tied
And
it.
who's to say? Wasn't there like 40 seconds left in the game when that happened, or something like that?
Something like that, yeah.
35 to 40.
Who's to say you guys don't convert that, or who's to say if you guys convert that the Cowboys don't go down and get a field goal real quick?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, as usual, Chad's working on coulda, shoulda, wouldas. But the bottom line is, he had 3 fucking chances. They didn't get one of them, and then he's sitting there crying about it 2 years later. It's like, what the fuck, man? It's horrible.
Hey, come on. Detroit's only had a few things that they can gripe about, so they're going to gripe about this one.
Well, I kind of get it because, like, the last time we lost to the Cowboys. Wait, when was the last time we lost to the Cowboys?
Yeah, I can't remember.
We've won.
Of course, I'm going to gripe about it. I spent good money to go to Dallas to that game, so of course I'm going to gripe about it.
Well, that was your first strike. Why would you want to go to fucking Dallas?
Actually, just to see Jerry World.
Huh? You want to see spurs and boats and all that good stuff out there, buddy?
There was some hotties. Yeah, there was some hotties. I think I fell in love at least 30 times that night.
Oh, God.
Why, did you see a bunch of Cowboys bending over picking up shit?
No. There were a couple Sasquatches in the stands.
Yeah, right.
Yep.
I was going to say 30 out of a 53-man roster is a high percentage.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Oh,
I know you
well,
didn't fall in love with Dan Campbell. Every time he smiles, a mirror breaks.
Oh,
I was gonna say,
Dan Campbell's the Chuck Norris of NFL coaching.
Chuck
yeah,
Norris.
highly overrated. I can agree with that, Chad.
So then who's the
What's today,
Bruce Lee of
Thursday?
coaching then?
Probably LaFleur.
mm,
No. I'm gonna
Today
go with
Thursday, guys.
yeah, today's Thursday. Yep.
Thursday.
Hey, did you guys know that if your secondary statistically all year did better than another secondary, that they're somehow not better than that secondary?
Oh,
Who said?
well,
Who said that,
put
Chad?
on those weird orange-colored glasses. Stats don't look how they're supposed to look. They get changed somehow when they get filtered through.
Yeah. So David Wyatt said, "Oh, the Bears secondary was clearly better." And I said, "How? When they gave up more passing yards and had less interceptions, how do you have a better secondary clearly?" He's like, "Well, that's just how it goes." And I was like, "What? What does that even mean?" Yeah, I'm not. I posted it in the.
Nick, that reminds me of your post there about Big Ben versus Rodgers. Well, I just don't like the guy.
Yeah, I just don't like Rodgers. Okay.
Hey, look, man. Just because you don't like somebody doesn't mean they ain't got that talent, though.
Oh, I got a better one for you. I saw a post, and this one wasn't Nick's, about the top NFL quarterbacks. Somebody said it was Dan Marino, which I'll give you the argument at least, and Big Ben over literally every other quarterback.
I can go with Dan Marino because if he'd had a running game, I promise you he'd have had Super Bowls. But they never got a running game around him.
Running game. What about competent wide receivers? What about a defense? He had nothing except for himself.
He had good wide receivers when he first got there. He had Duper and Clayton, and they stayed around till 92, 93.
And then after that,
they were good. They were good receivers. You cannot take nothing away from the Marx brothers.
After that, though.
After that, you had let's see, OJ McDuffie. I think it was OJ. He was a Penn State receiver. I think that was his name.
Isaiah's dad, who was murdered.
Rock named off freaking 90s Dolphins. What the hell? That's impressive.
I mean, after the Marx brothers left, they had a carousel of receivers. I ain't gonna lie, they had a lot of carousel of receivers, but they didn't. But yeah, I mean, they didn't have nobody that you could sink your teeth into. But
I looked it up. The best defense he ever had was ranked like 23rd or something like that, and that's his whole career too.
Defense. I mean, the one thing I used to hate was watching Dan Marino have these gunslinging shootouts with the Jets. 51-45 was one game I remember. And Dan Marino lost that bitch. It's like, really? You put up 45 points and you still lost. So, I mean, I get your point, Nick. I get that. That's why I say a defense or a running game, and he would have been a Super Bowl winner.
So this whole thing, you know how we were talking about MVPs? There are certain MVPs that are very valid in my opinion, but there's certain MVPs that are highly overrated. It's like, how the fuck did you win it? So this is the same with Super Bowl rings. So many people who they just watch the sport just because it's fun to watch the sport. They don't actually watch the sport. They think that Super Bowl rings is set all be all 90%, 99% of the time, when really, well, Big Ben has 2 rings. Okay, let's look at how he got his first ring. Now, he had 123 yards or something like that. He was below 50% completion. He had 0 touchdowns, 1 interception, a horrendous passer rating, one of the worst performances in Super Bowl history, and they won. So you're gonna,
Seattle.
Yeah. And a lot of people, now I'm not going to use this as a measuring stick, but a lot of people do say that the refs just completely ruined that game for everybody.
I've heard that's the worst Super Bowl in the history of football. I've heard that in many ways.
So we're about to credit Big Ben for that Super Bowl ring, even though he did absolutely nothing to win it.
You talking about when they played the Seahawks?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He was worse than Jared Goff in that Super Bowl. That's how bad he was.
Oh man.
I know. It's bad.
He made up for it in that fucking other Super Bowl with the Cardinals. I mean, that he played well in the Cardinals Super Bowl.
But Ben got him there. Ben got him to the Super Bowl for the chance. You got to give him
that pass he threw to Holmes will always be a great pass.
So now I can give him one Super Bowl out of the two. That's my thing. Like, if you just go, well, he has 2 rings, I go, okay, you're not giving context to that. That means absolutely nothing to me. I'll give him credit for 1 ring.
You know what I say? The backup quarterback got a ring too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The fucking hey, if Adam Sandler was standing on the sidelines giving out water to the fucking players, guess what? He gets a ring too because he was part of the team. You know what I mean? Everybody gets a ring, man, just because you're part of the team. That is the rule.
Yeah. Hey, David Carr's got some Super Bowl rings that don't mean he did shit.
That's right. You know what I mean? Hey, I got a great example for you. LaShawn McCoy won 2 Super Bowls. What do you think he did in either one of them? Not a thing. He didn't do anything but stand on the sidelines, but he's got 2 rings.
Oh man.
One from fucking Kansas City, and the other one the year before was the winner before that, Tampa Bay.
Okay, yeah.
He's got a ring. He's got a ring with both of them, and he didn't play in one down in either one.
I'm waiting for Rock to tell us who the long snappers were.
Excuse me?
We didn't hear you. What'd you say, Chad?
I'm waiting for Rock to tell us who the long snappers were on those teams.
The long snapper. Oh man.
The long snapper actually was Rich Lovano.
I knew he'd do it. I knew
it. He just retired, actually. Hey, it ain't my fault I know my team, right? Lovato, I believe it is. Lovato, yeah. He just retired. He's been our long snapper for about 12 years.
Oh, shit. I remember Green Bay's long snapper when Mason Crosby was drilling him, which was Brett Goody.
Oh, man.
Hey, you know what Chad's trying to prove to everybody? That knowing your team is a wrong thing.
Well, it's content. It's things like that, like when fucking Bears fans, God, dumbest people on the fucking planet, I swear to God. If Jay Cutler didn't get hurt, then they would have won that NFC Championship game. So every time they say that, you know, Jay Cutler's 43% completion, 80 yards, 0 touchdowns, 1 interception, 31.8 passer rating in the first half. That was going to win you the game because his third stringer, Caleb Haney, went 65%, 153 yards, a touchdown and 2 picks, 65.2 pass rate. He doubled everything that he did in less than a half. And Jay Cutler was going to win that game?
Right.
They say shit like that. I'm not playing. I've seen that too many times.
Nick, I'm going to tell you something.
Seen it too, Nick.
Jay Cutler, when it comes to Bears fans, he's the most overrated player to everybody else. But the Bears fans, they act like he's fucking God. I mean,
they're watching you. Remember, Ken, they're watching you.
Oh.
Yeah, that picture.
No, when it comes to Jay Cutler, the Bears fans act like they had Bart Starr. I mean, they didn't.
So, did you guys see that Jaden Reed, his interview or his press conference, whatever you want to call it, I believe it was just a regular interview, where he was saying that his agent wasn't asking, like, he basically wasn't asking, like, hey, like, is my job okay? Like, am I going to keep my position? Like, what the hell is going on? He said that it got misconstrued and the words got messed up.
Yeah, I bet.
That's what I was thinking. I was like, I kind of don't believe you, bro. I kind of believe that you're literally asking, is your job okay? These motherfuckers are fucking whiners these days, bro. Like,
the Lion fans, yeah, they are. I can give you that.
Well, yeah, that's been forever.
Well, yeah, but the players themselves too.
Yep, the Lions fucking drool and the Bears are fucking fools, and the Packers are sitting at the top.
That's hilarious.
They might be this year. The Packers might win the division this year.
Ain't no might to it. I think they will.
Be realistic, dude. I mean, they might.
Chad, if you say Lions are winning, you are the most delusional.
I didn't say
What up,
they
fellas?
Hey,
What's
just
up,
so
Nick
you know,
Tri-State?
Hey, Nick, the link is the same link every day. So if we don't send it to you, don't put it in the comments. You can just click an old link and get on.
Word. All right, bet.
So realistically, Chad, the percentage that I'm going to give Green Bay of winning the division this year would be somewhere around like 204%, something like that.
Oh man, 204.
You know, Nick, I think you're underselling it a bit. That number may be a tad bit low.
I was trying to be nice about the realism.
Oh, okay. See, I'm not used to Nick being nice.
Well, Nick, let's be honest. It's the first team to 12 wins that wins the division. Let's just be honest. Let's just call it.
Does the season end when somebody hits 12?
No, but what he's saying
the
is
last game of the season. Yeah, it probably will. When somebody hits 12, it'll probably be the last game of the season, then playoffs.
What he's saying is by week 14, Green Bay will have won the division.
Oh, man. Okay, Nick, thanks for translating that for me.
Keep being a dick. Nick the Dick.
Basement award? What's the basement award?
That's what the Bears are going to get this year.
Yeah, I was
I think it's the Vikings.
We don't know what the basement is in Green Bay. It's been too long since we've even sniffed down there.
Yeah, exactly.
I didn't even know we had a basement in Green Bay.
Yeah.
What is the last year Green Bay was in last place in the division?
Hey, I can't remember it because ever since I've been alive, we've never been last.
It's probably over 20 years, close to 20 years.
Wasn't it the same year that Columbus sailed the ocean blue?
20 years ago, back in 2005.
I was about to say 0405, that random year with Favre, where Favre stunk it up. Yeah, that was the last time I remember the Packers were last in the division, if I'm not mistaken. It's a rarity the Packers become last in the division.
You're talking about the
solar eclipse rare.
You're talking about the Favre broken thumb year where he couldn't hit the broadside.
Exactly. No, that's actually it. Yeah, where he broke his thumb and he goomed it out.
Yeah, where he should have actually been benched, but we couldn't stop his Iron Man streak, so we just let him trot out there and lose games for us.
Yeah. Pride is a bitch, as they say, you know? Pride destroys people sometimes. And in that case, it hurt Brett Favre, and in that case, it hurt the team. I know
a few Bear fans that hurt their pride.
Yeah, but did you guys get a good draft pick? Hang on. Who was your draft pick that following year?
I think it was AJ Hawk. Yeah, I think it was AJ Hawk we got after that.
Oh, after
the
2005?
skateboard dude.
No, I think you're thinking about the wrong Hawk. You know that? That's Tony Hawk.
Come on, man. Funny thing about 2005, I thought that was the year we drafted Aaron Rodgers. Or was it a year before?
Yeah, but you didn't draft him. Oh, did you draft Aaron late in the first round, didn't you?
Yeah, we drafted him.
No, it was AJ Hawk with the 5th pick in 06. Yep.
Yeah, I thought so.
Yep.
And he's from the Ohio State University. Boo.
Hey, Eric, you can kiss my ass, all right? Because I hate Ohio State.
Hey, I don't like him either. I'm not a fan.
Ohio State. I'm a Penn Stater, man. I can't stand Ohio State. Fuck Michigan, too. Fuck them, too. Yes, sir.
All right, now you're going to get on Nick's nerves.
I think Motown Mitch is trying to let us know the next Pride Parade is going to be in Detroit.
Actually, Detroit was the only ones that went against the LGBT thing. I don't think the Packers went for it either, but I'm not too sure. But I did see the line.
I thought Pride could be more than just the Lions.
Yeah, I was going to say you're breaking up hard.
You got Technotronic on today?
I just saw Aaron Judge isn't going to wear any of the Pride shit either. He said fuck that shit.
That man's almost batting 400 right now. What in tarnation is going on, bro?
Right.
Fucking shit. It's like a third into the season. I remember he was at like 410 a few weeks in. I'm like, that's not going to last. Yeah, you're breaking up bad, bro.
Yeah, AW might have to leave. Yeah, you might have to leave and come back because you're breaking up hard right now.
Okay. Yeah.
Yep.
Just send me the link somewhere else.
Yeah. Okay. Yep.
And yeah, speaking of Hawk, I used to play those games, Tony Hawk.
You know, Eric, I had a feeling you were about to say that.
Oh, that's my childhood right there. Tony Hawk Pro Skater on PlayStation 2. What?
Or 64, man. You used to be able to put in the G code.
Shit. Good times. Fucking great times.
I bet you were the best at it too, wasn't you?
What happened, Rock?
I said, I bet he was the best at it too. Had all the fucking trophies and all that shit, man. I used to know people that used to do the Tony Hawk shit. They would show me, man, they had trophy on top of trophy on that shit. I was like, damn, how do you people play that shit? I can't play skateboarding games. I can't do it. But I knew friends. I had this one friend, man, I swear, he loved skateboard. That Tony Hawk shit, man, he had all the trophies.
Wow.
Did you have all the trophies?
Yeah.
Did you have all the trophies to go with it?
I never bought any of those games, but I rented them.
No.
He said I used to rent games. I remember that.
Yeah, but here's the thing: he didn't return them.
Oh, hell no! Believe me, I returned it. I only wanted to play that game for a couple days.
What, Tony Hawk?
Yep.
I didn't
I'll
get
never
into
forget
it.
when I went to Blockbuster and I rented Grand Theft Auto Vice City. I never brought it back, bro. I never brought it back.
I did the same thing with the local video store that we had here. I don't even remember what the fuck the name of it was now. But they were running some type of special. Oh yeah, you can rent it for like $1 a day. Okay, thanks for letting me pay $1 for a video game.
You know, it's crazy that we brought this up. I actually just found out from my uncle. He was like, "Did you know Netflix wanted to buy out Blockbuster, and Blockbuster told them no?" Talk about a terrible decision.
No.
Talk about a terrible decision.
Netflix was going to sell themselves to Blockbuster, and Blockbuster told them to go fuck themselves.
How fucking wild is that?
And then Blockbuster came back to them years later, offering to let Netflix buy them, and they said, "Nah, we're good."
Yeah, as they should have. Hell yeah. Shit. That's hysterical, bro. What?
Dord, come on, man.
Man, you think of
Blockbuster,
Blockbuster, I'm thinking
they didn't do that shit now, don't they?
Yeah.
Go ahead,
Funny thing, I was saying, funny thing is I ain't heard about that store since VHS was a relevant thing.
I remember those
good days,
VHS
man.
tapes.
You go out, you get a couple pies for the family. You on the way home, you stop by the Blockbuster, you get a couple movies. Great nostalgic vibes, man. Those were great. Those were the days.
They sold movie theater candy and all that stuff.
Hell yeah, bro. You'd go home thinking you were at the movie theater.
Yeah, and they sold the movie theater candy for the exact same price the theaters did too.
They did too.
Fucking taxing the hell out of you. Fucking assholes. Like,
damn, Eric,
$6 for a box of Swedish fish.
Hey man, hey, I know what a VCR is. Come on, man.
You do? I'm so surprised to hear that.
Stop it, Eric.
Wait, hold on.
I thought you were so young and virgin, man, that you didn't even know what a VHS was.
Hold on.
You got no facial hair. You don't know what a VCR is.
You know what a Betamax, you'd have been clueless.
Actually used a VCR.
Yeah, remember
No,
Betamax?
we actually did, yeah.
Color me fucking shocked.
I'm not even
No,
trolling.
that Betamax is really bad.
No, Rock, you're one of the only people here old enough to have used one of them.
Oh, jeez. I remember, man, looking at a video menu and guide of all the movies they had, and on the side it would say beta, just to let people know which ones was in beta and shit. Like, really? What the fuck?
Rock's gonna start talking about A-Track and shit like that.
I remember
No, Rock is gonna go to reel to reel.
Rock, like my first car had 8-track.
No, man, it goes back earlier. Reel to reel came after.
Yo, man, my sister's first stereo had 8-track. No bullshit. I ain't lying to you.
Man, was it hard to install it on the Dinosaur, or did it already come pre-installed?
Dude, I'm gonna tell you something. The working 8-track fucking sucked, dude. They had about 3 or 4 songs on each track, man. And if you want to listen to that song again, you had to fast forward to one track and then fucking hurry up to fucking get to the first track again. It was a fucking mess, man. It was really a headache. Wow. I mean, at 54, man, I can tell you the shit in the 70s that you don't even want to hear, man.
Mitch, does your car have a cutout at the bottom of it to Flintstone the motherfucker too?
His car still has an 8-track. He probably still got Motown music to listen to.
Yo.
That's why it's Motown, Mitch.
Yo, I love Motown, man. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. I was raised on Motown music, bro. No shit. My mom's a singer, dude, so she raised me on Motown music.
Since you're so young, Eric, do you like tapes and CDs?
Oh, wow.
No, Eric, no.
Oh, man. No, but we had a DVD player.
When your car stereo would eat your cassette tape, you'd have to pull it out and wind it all back in.
Wait, so you don't like tapes and CDs then?
Wow. Hey, listen, let me tell you something. I only had a VCR for about 4 years. That's about it.
Did you like them though?
Well, I don't know what you're trying to get at.
Well, I was getting at I taped this dick here for you so you see these.
Hey. See, I knew it was a sus joke coming. I just knew it.
Yeah. If there's something else you can make a joke about with VHS, it might be the only way you might watch somebody's last Super Bowl win.
Wait, yeah. I think you mean their only Super Bowl win.
There's only one team in the division that you can say that about because the other two haven't won shit.
Yeah. Shit, I was a teenager when that team won. You kidding?
We had fucking YouTube by the time Green Bay won their last Super Bowl, so I could actually go back and watch it.
Oh, man.
Yeah. You could even say Google actually was finally invented when we won ours too.
Yeah, and if any Vikings or Lions fans tell a Bears fan like, "Hey, yo, I saw your Super Bowl on the History Channel, bro," Bears fans could immediately clap back and say, "So what channel did you see your Super Bowl on?"
Unsolved mysteries.
Unsolved mysteries. Today we look at two fraudulent teams. Where are they and who are where are they now?
Oh, man.
Hey, wasn't the Super Bowl Shuffle originally aired on MTV, or am I mistaken?
No, that sounds about right.
Back when MTV actually used to be popular.
When they
Back when
actually
MTV actually played videos?
Yeah.
I mean, shit, I remember when MTV actually played videos 24 hours a day. Didn't put us
up at 7 a.m, start getting ready for school, and they'd do the top 10 countdown.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Before MTV was Friday night videos.
Oh my God, Nick, do you remember? Nick, do you remember
Saturday night having the Headbangers
Sucker Free Sundays?
Yes.
What? Oh, Sucker Free Sundays?
Yep.
I know you guys remember the Headbangers Ball on Saturday nights.
One of my boys said that to someone.
Some of us are a little too young for that.
You don't remember the Headbangers Ball?
I know of it. I've seen it in the past, but I don't think I watched it while it was airing.
I am fucking old now. God.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck, man? Like, damn, nobody knows about the Headbangers Ball in here?
Early 90s.
What the fuck? I'm in trouble,
You're the resident grandpa, okay?
I am the resident grandpa. You know what I mean? Fuck.
I remember watching J-Lo on top of the stage.
I remember when Janet Jackson's titty popped out at the Super Bowl.
Does anybody even remember that? Come on.
I mean, that wasn't even that long ago.
I mean, Eric was still swimming in his dad's nutsack probably when that happened.
Hold on. What year was that actually? What year did that happen?
2000 and...
You were probably a baby, bro. Like you were probably like 3 when that happened.
I mean,
no, that was like 02 or 03, if I'm not mistaken. Around then.
It was that long ago? I thought it was
It was a long time ago.
Yeah, I think it was in the very early thousands.
Yeah, I think it was like early 2002. I think it was.
Okay, if that was the case, I was 1 year old.
You were a baby.
I was about to say you were eating Gerber food, motherfucker.
No, he saw that nipple slip and he wanted some milk.
Wow, Chad.
It was 2004.
Oh, 4.
You gotta watch out.
I was a little too early.
You gotta watch out with girls like Janet, though. The milk's gone bad.
Yeah. I guess that's what you get for trying to compete.
Why do you say that?
I
Do you think Janet's going old or something? Gotten ugly looking?
Nah, it's just... Oh, she just looks like her brother so much.
I know.
Anytime I think of Janet, I'm thinking she's trying to compete with them young girls now.
Yeah.
She's trying, but she ain't gonna make it, dude.
Back in the 90s, she was banging.
What?
She
Janet
was.
Jackson was a smoke show when she was in her prime. What? She was a smoke show. Oh God, she was hot.
Eric's like, who are you guys talking about? Who are you talking about again?
Janet Jackson.
Yeah, I'm quite.
We were talking about when she had the nip slip.
Fortunately, I never saw that. I was too young for that, so I wouldn't know.
Well, you were on the nipple when the nip slipped.
He don't even know what a nipple was, man.
Eric, what are you bitching about, man? You were sucking on the nipple when the nipple came out. What the fuck you talking about?
Eric doesn't even know that was Justin Timberlake's fault.
Right.
Hey, I found out years later.
Nipple slip. You're like, I ain't looking at nothing slipping.
Bro, Justin Timberlake ripped that thing out and she went, hee.
Shambonin.
Oh man.
So hey, Rock, what was the party like when Jesus turned water into wine?
Yo, that's wild.
I don't know. I ain't that old. I'm old, but I ain't got that bad yet.
Yeah,
Rock, what's your thoughts on Chad always trying to throw shots at you, man? What's your thoughts?
But hey, I'm going to tell you something, Chad. When that time does come, I might ask him to take me back so I can go and enjoy myself. What the fuck, you know?
Talking about.
But hey, Rock,
man.
Rock, what's your thoughts on Chad always throwing shots at you?
I don't give a fuck. Look who his team is.
Shots at J-Mo, Rock.
Look who his team is. Look who his team is. His team couldn't even hold on to fucking home field advantage to face me. The fucking pussy. You know what I mean?
There you go, claiming ownership of the Eagles again.
Yeah, I mean, what the fuck? Damn it, man, you're going to have to fucking be better than that if you think you can handle the Eagles, man. Come on, you can't even handle my weak division. You can't even handle a weekend of my division, and you think you can fuck with the Eagles? Get out of here.
Hey, I can't wait for that game. You know, I can't wait for the Lions Eagles. I cannot wait for that game.
I can't wait. Hey, Eric, don't even worry about that game. I can't wait till we play you.
Hey, Rock. You don't want that, I'm telling you.
Chad said the Lions have a better.
Eric, are you talking about?
Hey, Rock. Chad said his Lions have a better quarterback than your Eagles do.
I never said that. Don't even listen to him.
And Mr. Dan down here, I got him on Black Friday. You know what I mean? I got him down for Black Friday. So after I eat my turkey and my stuffing, I'm going to have me seconds on Dan's Bears. You know what I'm saying? What them motherfuckers on Black Friday.
Mighty Black Saturday for you, too.
Yo, he said one lucky pass in the Super Bowl doesn't make you better than Jared Goff.
Well, let me tell you something. If he's living on Jared Goff, man, he needs to keep on trying to live on it. You know what I mean? Because Jared Goff ain't gonna get him anywhere. All right, you need to get off of life support and go get another quarterback.
Yeah.
Remember that.
Because Jared Goff ain't going to be nothing but like a Dak Prescott. He's a stat maker, and that's all he is. Just a stat maker.
We'll see how good he looks without an elite offensive coordinator. We'll see how he looks.
He's got an offensive coordinator.
I'm telling you, he's going to struggle. I think he's going to struggle, and I think that defense is going to struggle because they're not going to have
talking about a real.
No, okay, I'll give you that. The defense will struggle. I get you that, but we're still going to average 30 points a game, so whatever.
No,
Yeah, okay.
I don't know. I don't know about that.
I'll put some money on that. I'd put some money on that.
Yeah, if you look at Morton's stat line when he was with the Jets, they hit 30 points, I think, twice.
Whoa.
It was up and down. There were a lot of single-digit scores they had.
Wait 1 second. You're telling me Aaron Glenn took he has the Jets. He has a Jets play caller as his offensive coordinator?
No, the offensive coordinator for Detroit used to be the offensive coordinator in 2017 for the Jets.
Oh, in 2017. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
and
8 years ago, he was an OC.
He was with Denver. He was the OC for Denver after that.
No, so what you're saying is what? Most recently, he was the OC in Denver. He was the OC in Denver.
That was his last OC job. Yes.
So he really wasn't the OC. Sean Payton was the OC.
That's like
pretty sure
saying,
Sean Payton's been calling the plays for Denver.
That's like saying Ben wasn't the OC. Dan was. Come on, whatever.
I was.
Wait,
Man,
what do you mean, Ben? Ben who?
You sound like Raiders fans trying to convince us that Antonio Pierce is actually a head coach.
Well, he's not the head coach anymore.
No, exactly. Exactly.
Oh, wait, Nick, you mean AP wasn't the perfect Raiders coach that's just going to bring this team all together? And now that he's gone, you know.
You beat the Chiefs one time in Kansas City, and next thing you're the Messiah.
Joe thinks I'm literally just hating on the Raiders when I'm like, dude, that's a bad move. He's like, no, it's not. That's like actually the most perfect move that we've ever had. I'm like, okay. And then a year later, it wasn't even a year later. Oh, you know what? Maybe that was a bad move.
No, now they got a coach. They got a real head coach now. Now they should be a little more excited.
Yeah, I mean, I would think he would. But...
Yeah.
For the Raiders, Pete Carroll should be a real good fix, just like Geno Smith should be their fix at QB.
And Chip Kelly as the OC, that offense might be kind of scary this year.
Well, I mean,
Chip Kelly wasn't the greatest head coach, but he could sure as hell coach an offense.
I agree with that because I think Pete Carroll's a good coach that, was really good over in Seattle. And I think him and Geno worked well in Seattle. And I think they're going to do well in Vegas. I really do. But you're in a hard division over there when you got LA, you got Kansas City, you got San Diego. You got a tough division.
The Broncos are definitely an up-and-coming franchise. The Broncos are quietly building something. They're quietly building something over there.
So, unfortunately, they're in a tough division. So, you don't expect much out of them.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and then how would you rate Geno Smith against the other QBs in his division? Like, is he as good as Patrick Mahomes or Bo Nix or even
I personally,
Justin Herbert?
I'll put him third.
I'm going to tell you right now, I would put him above Herbert at this point, the way Herbert has played.
I most certainly would not.
Yeah, I definitely wouldn't put him over Herbert. I'd put him over Bo Nix.
To me, what has Herbert done that's made everybody think he's a great quarterback?
I mean, I hear you on that. No playoff wins. You know what I mean? But, he has the most passing yards. I'm pretty sure he has the record for most passing yards through his first 6 seasons. That's the most post-passing yards.
That doesn't mean anything. So every time you walk into the playoffs, you suck.
Yeah, he can sling the ball. I agree with you.
But he got a real head coach now. He didn't have a head coach before. Let's see how he does with Jim Harbaugh.
Well, yeah,
he went to the playoffs. No, I don't think anyone had them in the playoffs this past year. And if you say the Chargers were going to make the playoffs last year, you're lying. No one had the Chargers in the playoffs last year. I don't care who tries to say, "Oh, I had the Chargers in the playoffs." No, you didn't, bro. Stop it. You didn't have the Chargers in the playoffs at the beginning of last year.
To recruit their son wearing cleats on their wood floor. You know this, right? when he was recruiting for Michigan, he went into this family's house wearing cleats, walking on their wood floor.
Okay.
What a dick move.
I know. What a clown.
Stop.
I would have been, bro, what? If he was recruiting my son, I would have been like, bro, you're doing too much. Like, relax. You going to pay for this new hardwood floor? Give me the check. Give me
Hey,
a
but we
check right
gotta
now to fix
realize
this hardwood floor.
that
That was
is the
probably a
same.
cover up. I bet he paid. That's how they paid his son off. They paid for that new hardwood floor. That's why he did it.
Yeah,
Harbaugh
Motown
is
Mitch
sneaky.
lying.
Harbaugh is sneaky.
Motown Mitch lying. You're lying. You're lying.
But no, we got to realize that is the same man who threw like 4 interceptions in that game against the Texans in the playoffs. That was kind of crazy.
I mean, to me, my best friend pointed it out to me, and then I've been watching him ever since. He's the biggest overrated fucking quarterback out there outside of Dak Prescott. And that's my opinion, and he's going to do it again. I don't think Harbaugh. I don't think Harbaugh.
I'll give you someone who's now more overrated. Brock Purdy is clearly more overrated at this point. That's
the way they paid him. I mean, they just paid him. Let's see what he does now that he's got the money.
If we're counting everything, I think you could throw Tua in that argument for the bag that he got. You know, you got $50 million a year. You haven't even gotten a playoff win.
He's just injured. Yeah. He's got concussion. Tua if he didn't have the concussion.
But Miami was in the playoffs, not this past year, but 2 years before that in a row. You know, they got in the playoffs. They didn't win a game. You give him the bag. He's a bit overrated.
Yeah, I agree with that.
There's somebody else who's got the bag like Tua, who you can say is overrated, who hasn't been to the playoffs in a while, and that would be Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah, that's true. That's another one.
All right.
I agree with that. Trevor Lawrence is another one.
That's why they.
I'm not gonna lie to y'all fellas. I thought I was one of those people watching him at Clemson. I thought he was gonna come in and take the league by the storm, bro. I was like, this kid's gonna be the next great one. Blah blah blah. He's definitely underachieved badly,
especially for being the number 1 overall pick.
I can't believe you thought that, but they should get rid of Trevor Lawrence and get Trey Lance instead.
I thought that because if you think about it, he went through his college career and only lost 3 games. And in his first season,
what is your infatuation with Lance? What is your infatuation?
Oh my God, did you really just say Trey Lance, bro? He freaking sucks. He sucks.
Yeah, but
you know what? Hey Nick, man, I'm thinking about buying you a fucking Trey Lance fucking blow up doll so you can throw that shit right up on your wall if you need.
How do you know I don't already have
it?
Whoa!
You speak about Trevor Lawrence doing that. I'm sure some folks could have said that about the other QBs that got drafted along with him. Maybe Zach Wilson is gonna be the answer for the Jets. Trey Lance.
I didn't mean to blow up that. What's that shit they throw up on the wall? The fat head. I'm sorry, the fat head. I'm going to get you a fat head of Trey Lance. I said blow up.
The difference.
Yeah,
the difference is all those names that you mentioned. Though A-Dub is Trey Lance is the most talented quarterback in the league. Those guys aren't.
He's the most what?
Yeah.
He's the most what?
Can I buy drugs from you?
Wait, he's the most what?
What'd you say?
Charge double for people I don't like.
He's the most what?
He's the best quarterback in the league. People just don't know it yet.
Oh my God.
Yo, bro.
Yo, get off of drugs, man.
Trey Lance.
Hey,
hasn't he been in the league for like 5 years?
This is what happens when they started.
What about same time? The same amount of time as the guys I mentioned. I mentioned Trevor Lawrence, Zach Wilson. The other guys that were drafted in that class, I'm sure you remember, would be Mac Jones and Justin Fields.
Mac Jones even got to the playoffs, for God's sake. Mac Jones, for God's sakes, got to the playoffs. At least once.
Because he cheated. Once. Because he cheated. Trey Lance ain't a cheater.
Justin got to the playoffs,
too. He might want to think about it. Maybe he could get on the field.
Trey Lance could barely get on the field to cheat. What the fuck you talking about?
Trey Lance about to get forced.
So Vegas came out with the top 10 odds for MVPs. Jordan Love was 9th. Too high, too low, or just about right?
It's probably
actually I like it. I like when he beat.
Yeah,
I
you want me
like
to
when
name
they
the
beat
8? You want me to name the 8 they had in front of him?
Yeah.
It's in
Name
no
it.
Trey
specific. No,
Lance, Trey Lance,
no.
and Trey Lance.
It was Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, Joe Burrow, C.J. Stroud. Who was the other ones? Shit. Justin Herbert was actually in front of him. I think they had Herbert 7th. There's a couple on
Why?
the Patrick
Why is
Mahomes,
CJ
Burrow.
Stroud ahead of him? Both years he wasn't better.
It's weird. I mean, I agree with you there. I think Jordan Love should be like close to the top 5. I think he should be ahead of Herbert and Stroud. I'm trying to think who was 6. Who did they have 6? I know Herbert was 7th. Mahomes
Please
was
don't tell me
4th.
Goff. Was Goff in
No,
there?
Goff wasn't in the
Goff
top
got it.
10.
Oh,
No, Goff wasn't in
okay,
the top
good.
10.
Okay, good.
There's an obvious one I'm forgetting.
But wait, he's a top 3 quarterback. How's he not top 10 MVP odds?
Oh my God, Nick,
He's not a
stop!
top 3
Stop
quarterback.
it! Just stop.
Why you tell me to stop? That's fucking Mitch's whole thing.
Well, I was gonna wonder.
Oh, Jalen
did,
Hurts. Jalen Hurts was 6th.
Oh,
Wow.
Jalen
yeah.
Hurts was
I'm
6th.
surprised he's that high.
You know,
actually.
those names, yeah, and those names you mentioned don't surprise me, especially given how some of those names already been MVP once before, and they've had successful seasons with their teams so far. So those names don't surprise me.
Jalen Hurts surprises me because his regular seasons, like he's great in the playoffs, but his regular season numbers are just barely above average. So I wouldn't expect the odds to be
You
that
got
high
the
for him
best
to win
running
MVP.
back in the league, though, dude. The best running back in the league.
I'm thinking. Well, you know what? I'm thinking when.
What
I was
is
gonna
that?
say when it comes to Jalen Hurts, I'm thinking as he's just coming off a Super Bowl season, expectations would be on high that he may have a better season than he did last season.
Well, let me say one thing. Brett Favre's 3rd season as full-time starter for the Packers, MVP. Aaron Rodgers' 3rd full season starter as Packers, MVP. Jordan Love, 3rd season starting as Packers QB. Y'all see where I'm going with
MVP
this?
is coming.
It's coming.
So wait, Chad.
Coming.
Should Rodney Pete have been in the MVP race?
Oh, stop.
Rodney Pete? Are you fucking kidding me?
But he had the best running back in the league. What do you mean?
The highlight of Rodney Pete's career was beating Peyton Manning in college.
Okay, but
No, the
he had
highlight
the
of
best
Rodney
running back.
Pete's career was getting injured and Eric Kramer taking us to the
So
NFC
should Eric Kramer have been in the MVP running? He had the best running back in the league.
No.
Well, you just said Jalen Hurts should be in the running because he has the best running back in the league.
You know, as you mentioned running backs,
What does that got to do with anything?
No, I
Yeah,
think what they're trying to, because the threat that Jalen Hurts has as a runner, it opens up and makes Saquon's life easier. You don't think
3,800 yards.
Hold on. No, but hear me out on this, Nick.
So
You think
you're
honestly
Jalen Hurts
if
is a better runner
Okay,
than just
I'm gonna break it
Fields.
down for y'all. If y'all let me break it down real quick. You think,
break
Nick,
it
this
down.
is a question for you and Chad.
You
Do you
got 2
think that
minutes.
Saquon would have I don't even need 2 minutes. I need 10 seconds. Do you think a quarterback like Saquon didn't benefit from having a threat like Jalen Hurts as his quarterback? You think he would have ran for 2,000 yards if Jared Goff was his quarterback?
Yes.
No, he wouldn't have.
Yes, he would
No, he
have.
wouldn't have.
Behind that offensive line, absolutely. But we have hit that time there, unfortunately.
Oh man!
We'll have to talk about that tomorrow now.
And we want to thank everybody for watching. Thank
Well,
you
at
guys.
least we know what our topic will be anyway.
Have yourselves a wonderful rest of your day. And as always, it's go, pack, go.
Yeah, yo, it's game time, ain't no messing around. Huddle Sports Network, the best in town. From NFL rumors to the latest trends, we got all your sports, just tune in, my friends. Catch us on Roku, Fire Stick, take your pick. Facebook, YouTube, where the action's slick. Daily shows that drop like a bomb. From 10 to 11, it's Ken and Ken, stay calm. Huddle up, catch the vibe, feel the rush. Get your news, get your fills in the clutch. Over 27 podcasts, we breaking it down. Join the team, Huddle Sports, wear the crown. Live every weekday, it's how we roll. Lions Talk with Jeremy B, we taking a stroll. From 11 to 12, don't miss a beat. We break down the game, make the info sweet. The Daily Huddle podcast, noon to 1. CST zone, we're just having fun. Toss your doubts, we bring the facts. Tune into the huddle.